First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming, to Master Sakya Dzogchen, to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa, and Master Dubden Dorje. Homage to the three jewels of the altar, and homage to the main deity of Homa today, the Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. Sumu, Dubden Siddhi Rinpoche, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all disciples present here and over the webcast, and our guests of honors today from the Republic of Taiwan, China, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from the Coordination Council for North America, Secretary General Daniel Liao and Madam Liao, Accountant to the Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa and her husband Larry, Attorneys to the Buddha Foundation, Mr. Luo and Ms. Huang, producers for the Guinea Dian Sang Xin Tao Shitai TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiachi, from United Arab Emirates and a member of the royal family, CEO for the Greenfield Group, Dharma Sister Lin Kunyi, Dr. Lin Su Hua, and Dr. Ryan Zhuang and his father, and Dr. Li Jialin, and the pharmacist Si Hong Chun and his family, everyone, good afternoon. How do you do? Today we had the Homa of Akasagarbha Bodhisattva, and among all the offerings there was something that's like a sequence that's bright and blinking, and it jumped off and stick to my finger, and as if it's glued to my finger, and I could not and there was the second one that stick and to my fingers, and a few that got off to my lama skirt and burned my lama skirts, and also there was some burn. So it was just some sequence that's sticky and stick to the body. It kind of jumped off the fire. It went. So it was like a so Grandmaster got hurt because he's taking over the karma of the beings. So that kind of shiny kind of pieces. A good thing that it didn't stick to my face. So for Homa, we have to be careful because they sometimes jump off the fire. Otherwise, I would run away. And good thing that the last piece, it's like a fish scale. That flick from the fire. It was a very special kinds of offerings. So it would make you feel that something exists in the sky, because today we practice the Akasagarbha, which is the storage in the space or in the sky. So something exists in the space or in the sky. So Akasagarbha is wearing the 5 Buddha crown, and the right hand arm is bent holding a precious sword, and the left arm is placed in the front at the waist level and holding a lotus, and on top of the lotus precious jewels. And Akasagarbha is white but seated on top of a green or blue lotus blossom. So this is his statue. So he's seated on top of a green or blue lotus, and his body is white. And he's holding a lotus, and on top of it the precious jewel, and the right hand is holding a sword. So that's how he looks, and you visualize him this way. And in this Buddha image collection, his body, the skin color is whitish, and this is the mudra. It's like inward, and the index fingers touching at the tip, and the thumbs next to each other. This is the mudra for Akasagarbha. And the mantra, as you heard earlier, is the mantra for asking for listening. And he's one of the 8 great bodhisattvas. The 8 bodhisattvas are Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, Manjushri Bodhisattva, Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, Maitreya Bodhisattva, Akasagarbha Bodhisattva, Vajrapani Bodhisattva, and Viskambi Bodhisattva. They are the 8 great bodhisattvas. And Akasagarbha is more in the aspect of wisdom. His wisdom is like the sky. So in the Vajradhatu and Dharmadhatu mandalas, in the Vajradhatu mandala, he is called the precious Vajra Bodhisattva, and it's one of the 16 deities of the Bhadrakalpa. And in the Dharmadhatu mandala, he is the head of the Akasagarbha court. And his secret name is the storage Vajra. So Akasagarbha means that his wisdom is vast and expansive like the sky. So his Pure Land is called the realm of the accumulation of fragrance. And Gobudaisi practiced Akasagarbha in a cave, and in his meditation he saw a star flying and entering into his mouth and filled his whole body with the starlight. So that's why some people say that the Pure Land of Akasagarbha is in the stars. So some people regard that the stars are the Pure Land of Akasagarbha, and Kuan Yin Lokeswara Bodhisattva is in the moon. The Pure Land is in the moon, and Akasagarbha's Pure Land is in the stars. And Kobudaishi, practicing in the cave, reciting this mantra and doing this practice, and he saw a star flying into his mouth. So he has a profound and vast wisdom. So with the mantra and mudra and his look, you can do the Akasagarbha deity yoga. Or the mantra chanting practice. And he has a sutra called the Akasagarbha Sutra. Let me recite a piece of it. Anyone seeking wisdom, seeking harmony, seeking nice voice, it turned out that a nice voice and love and respect from everyone, great wisdom, high imperial or official positions, all kinds of wealth, and great family or clan, and obtaining good reputations after performing good deeds, then you need to recite the name of this deity. So this bodhisattva is in charge of a lot of things. Good reputation, great family, lots of wealth and riches, imperial or official positions, nice voice, love and respect from everybody, and great wisdom. Wow, this deity is really... The right hand is holding a sword, that the wisdom is as sharp as the sword. And the left hand is holding a lotus blossom, and on top of it, there is a sun and moon disk, and also a wisdom fruit and wisdom jewel. And the mudra, you can either touch the tips of the index fingers or the middle fingers that form like a jewel form. So there are two kinds of mudra. You can use the middle fingers to form the jewel. This looks like Manjushri or Yamantaka mudra. But if you use the index fingers to form the jewel, then this is the mudra of Akasagarbha. This is more like the Akasagarbha. That's the end of the introduction of Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. Grandmaster has written a lot of materials on Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. So good voice, then you can become a singer. That's interesting. I often sing a children's song about the stars. Can you sing it? Today, I have a rather hoarse throat. Otherwise, I would sing it for you. I often sing it. In the beautiful sky, the little stars appearing, and they look like the eyes of my beloved mother. In the beautiful sky, the little stars are appearing, and they look like the eyes of the compassionate mother. Because the stars are very bright and very beautiful, although they're small. But the brightness are quite strong. When I was doing my survey, and we have to look at the stars, and below we have like the Mercury, and it reflects on the sky, and on a certain date and certain time, we know that a certain star would pass on the telescope, and there were like 4 lines, and when the star passes by, and it would start to twinkle, and then we need to note at what time it entered into the first line and what time it leaves the 4th line. And then we prove that that this star is this name. So this is to measure the star. So there we have like an observation desk. So quietly we try to make note of that star. So there are many different levels of stars, according to the brightness and the name. And that's in the observation. I really enjoyed that, because after doing that in the middle of the night, we can go for a drink or had the supper, and we climb over the walls and had noodles and drank some Gaoliang wine, and maybe the wine was fake, so I couldn't jump the walls back into the dorm, and my classmates helped me, and then I had a splitting headache the next morning, and then the next morning we lined up, and then the team leader could smell the alcohol. So who went out to drink? We were all quiet, and we took deep breaths, and there was still smell of alcohol even after the whole night. Even the skin pores would emit the smell of the alcohol. Yeah, but good thing the team leader didn't press on it. So that was fortunate. But that time, I don't know what is in the alcohol. So I had a splitting headache, and from then on I stopped drinking. And I stopped for a little while before I started drinking again. Until one day, I really drank too much. And they always ask, which one the survey officer, they always have a red face. That's Sang Yen Lu. Because inside the water flask, it's not water, it's alcohol. So after doing survey and before leaving, and when they lift off the bed, under the bed, they were all empty wine bottles. I drank too much at that time, so I am repenting now. Amitabha. We shouldn't have drunk, but I was young, and I drank any kind of alcohol. And one time, the capillaries, blood vessels in my eyes broke, and I had red eyes and stayed for a long time. And after it disappeared, I drank again, and then it broke again. The capillaries broke again, and every time it broke, and naturally I stopped drinking. I didn't do it intentionally, but the alcohol stopped me from drinking, and finally I did stop. Otherwise, when I saw many bottles of those alcohols, they were all expensive and very precious. Louis XIII, XO. They were my life before, but now I don't dare to touch it. So everything is destined in this life. And if you can't take it anymore, then you know, because you would lose control of yourself. Your wisdom, your judgment would get out of control, or your faith. So why can't you take drugs or intoxicants? Because it would destroy your meditation, your faith, your body. So those are not good. Then you don't have good judgment, then you would do whatever that you don't normally do. Because we would say that after getting drunk, taking a drink, they dare to curse on the gods and ancestors and everybody. Jet Emperor, Matsu, all the gods, emperors, you look down upon all of them. You feel you're superior to them. That's why you cannot drink, cannot become drunk. That's really not good. So is it okay to just take a sip? No. Because once you start, then you become obsessed by it. You're addicted to it. So you shouldn't touch it. Now let's continue on the Great Perfection Dharma. So did Vajra Acharya Lianzeng obtain Boshen Tathagata heart seal lineage? I'd say yes. In my 2-year solitary meditation in Seattle, Washington, over 2 years, almost 3 years, I got to know that I am an emanation of the Namo Vajra, non-arising, non-ceasing Padma Kumara. And I had attained the highest realization long ago. I had attained the 5 Buddha wisdom. And at the Mahadouble Lotus Ponds, I possessed the pure lapis lazuli realm of the Padma Kumara Supreme Siddhi Buddha land. So did I attain the Boshen Tathagata heart seal lineage? So I'm talking about in meditation, you gain the complete understanding of the ultimate truth of the universe and you see your own Buddha nature. Actually, all sentient beings have Buddha natures because they are all transformations of Boshen Tathagata. And all living beings have Buddha nature. So Sakyamuni Buddha, upon his enlightenment, also said this, that each and every sentient being has Buddha nature. And they are all complete in itself. That every single being has Buddha nature. But you don't know that you have the Buddha nature. Only after you master meditation, interestingly, in your meditation, now when I'm entering into meditation, it's very strange that, say, if you're in meditation for 5 minutes, you would feel that nothing exists. But there are lots of powers that can be fulfilled, that you can generate your own wisdom in this short 5 minutes. So what kind of phenomena are there when you gain yogic or spiritual response is that you enter and enter me. Simply speaking, so entering into me is Akasagarbha in the space above, and in your meditation you have no thoughts whatsoever. When you reach the realm of no thought, your body and mind are as spacious as the sky, and the sky enters into the sky. So this is called spiritual or yogic response, and this is called entering into me. And when you forget about your body and mind, all thoughts are forgotten, and you yourself become space, and you enter into the heart of Akasagarbha. This is called I enter. Entering into me is the space enters into me, and I enter into the space. So, generally speaking, when you reach this state, it is called a yogic response. At this time, you would be able to see your own Buddha nature. When you see your own Buddha nature, that means you have attained the heart seal of Boshen Tathagata. And Grandmaster has experienced this. And perhaps you also have this experience. That in meditation, when you forget about yourself, then you start to snore. This is not forgetting about yourself. It's not entering into samadhi, but entering into sleep. So in Chinese, it's like san is like 3 and z, drowsiness. So samadhi is between awakeness and sleep. Like this afternoon, after performing the Life Foundation Dharma practice, I got into my bedroom, laid on my own bed, closed my eyes and forgot about everything. I emptied myself. I didn't sleep. I didn't feel that I was sleeping. But I regained my energy. At this period of time, everything was completely empty. I didn't have any dreams whatsoever. And I looked at my watch at 1:15. I got onto bed. And at about 2:15, 1 hour, for 1 hour, I was gone. My body was gone, my mind was gone, my heart was gone, my thoughts were gone. I didn't feel I was sleeping because I didn't know that I was sleeping. I didn't have any dreams. No dreams, not falling asleep. I just closed my eyes. But it was different. My energy was really full. It was completely empty. You only have this phenomena in meditation, in samadhi. You didn't feel that you're asleep, but you're also not awake. So in this period of time, it's the same as if your body and mind totally disappeared. That's called meditation. I often, in meditation like this, as soon as you enter into meditation, although for a short 5 minutes, and you're not aware what you're doing in these 5 minutes, and what have you thought about? Nothing. So in this 1 hour, from 1:15 to 2:15, in this period of time, your body and mind are totally forgotten, totally empty. That is called meditation. So if in meditation you can see your own Buddha nature, then that would be called heart seal. It's very easy for me to enter into meditation. Sometimes I would use the sleep and dream yoga with reciting Lang, Yang, Kang. And Lang meaning the fire to burn away your whole body and your mind. And by reciting Yang, that means the wind blowing away the ash of your body, and with Kang, everything becomes empty, becomes the space. And at that time, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas can merge with you, and you gain yogic or spiritual response with all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That's the state of no thoughts. And at that moment, you would be able to attain the heart seal of the Tathagata. It's very amazing. Don't think that in this human world, what you have is knowledge. But the true knowledge is the Buddha wisdom of the Tathagata. The rest is not knowledge. Although you think that you have wisdom and you have discernment, but actually it is not. Let me share a story here. there was a cruise that had an accident, and on the cruise there were there was a couple that got onto the life-saving like boat, and there was only one space, that's all. You know, and the man pushed away the woman, and he himself jumped onto the boat. And the woman standing on the ship shouted. So the teacher asked the students, "What do you think the woman shouted?" And the students replied, the woman must have would shout that, "I hate you. How could I marry you? I must have been blind." And there was a student that didn't say anything. So the teacher asked him, and the student said, the woman would shout, "Please take care of our children." And the teacher was very surprised and asked him, "Have you heard this story before?" Oh, but how about here? Oh, yeah. So he or she would know the answer. And the student shook his head, "No." When my mother was about to die, she told my dad this: "Please take good care of our children." And the teacher said, "Your answer was correct, but listen to the end of the story." So the cruise ship sank, and the man got back home, and time passed, and there was the daughter, and the man was about to die, and the daughter found out from the diary of the man that the mother actually was about to die of a terminal illness, and that's why the man hurried to jump on the boat. And he wrote that, "How much I wanted to sing together to the ocean, to the bottom of the ocean, but for the sake of our daughter, I had to jump on the saving boat." And after the teacher told this story, the class was very silent. And the teacher now know that the students already understood that it is really difficult to judge whether it is good or bad. That's why you should not judge others easily. We often say that you think when you see with your own eyes are real, but actually not so, because there may be stories behind it. You know, sometimes we say that what you see with your own eyes are true, but not necessarily. So sometimes when we use our wisdom to judge, often those are mistakes. They're not necessarily correct or accurate. So the wisdom of a human being is still limited. You think what you see with your own eyes is true, or a lot of people think that what you hear with you is real, but not necessarily. They're actually not true. What is truthful is only known by the heavens, earth, and you. You only know what you think in your heart. Who would understand other people's hearts, or what's in their hearts, or what's in their minds? It is really very difficult. And actually, people's hearts are ever changing. So that's why meditation is extremely important. Only if you can be in samadhi, you would be able to generate the true wisdom, the real wisdom. Because real wisdom can only be generated in meditation, in samadhi. When you really forget about everything, that would be best. So I often tell you, don't talk about other people. No, don't talk about other people. We often say, oh, I saw it, I heard it, and you believe what you hear? Maybe what this person tells you is lies, and you believe that. Then you're tricked, and you don't even know, and you think that that's the case. No. Don't believe what you hear, and don't even believe what you see. And those with wisdom don't judge others. And actually, it's really none of your business. It is the business of those two people. It's not related to you. Or it is the issue with the group of people. It's not related to you. It's none of your business. So you just cultivate spiritually. Why do you keep what you hear inside your heart? Then you ask for troubles yourself, and you think too much about other people, and then you talk about it. Oh, and then you say, I keep this a secret, and then yet you tell others about it, and then you tell them that, oh, I only tell you. So you have to keep this a secret, and yet you tell others. Please don't tell others, but I tell you. And at the end, they all know except Grandmaster. I keep other people's secret, but they don't keep a secret. So in spiritual consultation, we also have to have integrity. The same with doctors. You cannot tell others about someone's problems. So doctors would know what kind of ailments or sicknesses this person have, but when doctors tell others, and then they keep passing on the words, then everybody would know. That's a problem with your integrity. So in spiritual consultation, you tell Grandmaster what kind of problems you have or what kind of illnesses you have, and Grandmaster cannot talk about it. I would forget them all. And recently, I forget even more. And then I just saw it, and then right away, I forgot. The Dharma lecturers, Lian Zhen, he's right there. And he brought a few letters from other fellow disciples. Oh, this person's name is this, and that's what he's doing. Okay, let me bless him. And I wanted to remember the name of this person. So this person left a strong impression on me, so I wanted to remember his name, but the next day I forgot. But it is a blessing to forget. And I always forget. During lunch earlier at the Rainbow Temple, I asked Simu and my younger sister, oh, did I make offering? And my sister said, yes, you lift up your plate. Oh, that's good. That is okay. And someone give me like a pill box, like from Monday till Sunday, like one box per day, and you can place your vitamins and supplements inside every day. Oh, it's still inside the box, so I haven't taken them. And then Tuesday, so there's some to be taken in the morning, some for the evening, and sometimes I mix them. Oh, Monday, I took them and it turned out to be for the evening. So I should note them whether it's for the morning or for the evening. Sometimes it's okay to mix them, but some of them cannot be mixed. So I often forget. And because I forget so easily, so I get into meditation really fast. And it's also easy to fall asleep nowadays. After I decided going to the Western paradise, leaving behind all sufferings, Namo Amitabha, Golden Mother, please be in charge. And before I finish, I have fallen asleep. And then in the middle of the night, oh, I forgot to complete the recitation, so I would repeat it. It's very easy to fall asleep. It's very easy to enter into meditation. So that's the benefits of forgetting. So everyone comes to the Seattle Temple and Rainbow Temple. You should come often so Grandmaster would remember you. Otherwise, if you only come very few times, I would forget. And I cannot remember, I cannot put the face to the name or the name to the face. And the worst kind is the phone number that I often call. I have remembered this phone number for a long time. And all of a sudden, I don't have anxiety, but when I'm in a hurry, which number was it? And I tried several times. And it kept saying it's the wrong number. And I thought, oh no. I thought I would remember the phone number. And I tried several times. And then one time I dialed the right number. So this happened sometimes. But I think this is actually happiness. It's so easy to fall into sleep. and you forget about all the past and all the curses and defamations, slanders, all forgotten, all the bad incidents forgotten. So at this time, you would attain the heart seal of the Tathagata, and you would be able to see your own Buddha nature, because by seeing the Buddha nature, you obtain the heart seal of the Tathagata. So I think this is a mastery of spiritual cultivation, that you want to forget about your own body and mind. And this is a kind of spiritual cultivation mastery. But we don't want to have Alzheimer, because then you would remember other people's wives, but you forget about Simu. That would be Alzheimer or complete memory loss. So Grandmaster did receive the heart seal of the Tathagata. As soon as I enter into meditation, I forget about everything, especially about slanders. I only heard it through the grapevines. I don't know whether it's true or not. I heard there are lots of them. I don't know what's the real content. I haven't even seen any of those articles. So I just live inside my own heart seal of the Tathagata. So I'm always happy. That's why I said it yesterday. I'm a happy fool. I don't know what's happening outside. I don't care what's happening there, out there. They're like the dark clouds covering the sky. But inside my self-nature, I am still bright and radiating light. So you should reach this state in your spiritual cultivation. Only in your heart you would radiate that boundless radiance, very bright, radiating, and you have no thoughts whatsoever. All you have is the Buddha nature radiating that brightness. That's the heart seal of the Tathagata. That's the attainment that you want in the future. That a drop of water enters into the ocean, return to the ocean of the Buddha nature, the Vairocana, great ocean. You are the drop of water, but you're already merged into the great ocean. All the words, the people's talks, slanders of the human world, in a split of a moment, all gone. And only at that time, you gain a true mastery, and you're totally free and at ease, and free from any kinds of afflictions. You need to know this. The rest are secondary, peripherals. You know, at the ultimate end of spiritual cultivation, you can even forget about Buddha Dharma. What? Forgetting about the Buddha Dharma? Because in the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra, we often recite that. So you have affinity with the Buddha Dharma. How come you need to forget about the Buddha Dharma? So in the Diamond Sutra, it was written very clearly that you want to let go of Buddha Dharma at the end. So you want to let go of the Buddha Dharma, and moreover, everything else you want to let go. You don't want to have the Buddha Dharma inside your brain, because with one thought and one movement, everything just comes naturally. So you don't have a need for Buddha Dharma anymore. So this is a very, very profound and high level, profound realm. And the bull told the cow, the ox, come on, let's run, because the talk show is here. And this is play of words in Chinese, because they like to be boastful. It's like blowing on the cows. This is play of words of Chinese. Boastful is like blowing away the cows, or pulling on the eggs. As Buddhists, we are not the talker. So if you can sit and forget, which is entering into meditation, doesn't matter what other people say, doesn't matter what other people write, it doesn't touch you, you don't care about them. For me, I don't see, I don't hear, I don't say. And sometimes some people told me, look, this article is really bad. Can you take a look? And then they put it in front of my eyes, and I said, no, I don't want to read them. Nothing is so bad in this world. What's bad is that you haven't had the true understanding of the mind or seeing your Buddha nature. Because once you have gained enlightenment and have the true understanding of the mind, nothing is so big deal. If you have seen your own nature, then you would know that you're totally free of any afflictions. The one who truly understands the mind have no afflictions whatsoever, because they know that nothing on earth is a big deal. This is a joke told by Dharma Sister Linda Chong. So the tiger caught the deer, and the deer told the tiger, no, you can't eat me. And tiger asked why, and the deer said, oh, because I am under protection of the country. And the tiger said, well, we cannot, in order to protect the second level animals, that the first level protected animals die of hunger. But Grandmaster would say that if you want to die, let them die. As long as you have your Buddha nature appear. Human life is no big deal. So last night, in front of the tantric quarter, I told everybody. One time I asked about my own life. How long will I live? And the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas did not answer. I asked the first time, no answer. Second time, no answer. The third time, no answer. Fourth time, and Buddha said, no comment. Cannot be told. It's important for me. Then I can plan my life. If I know how long I would live, then I can plan my whole life around it. And then the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas said, didn't you say that you live for one day, then you would be happy for the day, you would practice for the day, and you're grateful for the day? Then what need is it? Why do you need to know about your lifespan? then I had nothing to say. And then they asked me, what do you need to know? Why do you need to know? You know yourself. If you want to extend your lifespan, then you can do a great good deeds. There was a Siddhigarbha that's called the Siddhigarbha to extend lifespan, and it was all written in the Siddhigarbha Sutra. And you can also shorten your lifespan. Then you do a lot of bad deeds, then you can shorten your lifespan. Why do you need to ask me? You know that, how to extend or shorten your lifespan. Is there a need to ask? No need to ask. Because in this human world, nothing is important. Just do it every single day. Do all you're supposed to do, all the little things you're supposed to do every single day. If you complete them, that's the same as doing a great deed. Don't worry about the rest. Just do what you're supposed to do every single day. And that's called Zen. Zen is you're uninfluenced by external circumstances, and meditative stability is concentration. Can you do this? The master can. So in Zen, I'm unaffected by external circumstances. I don't know anything about external circumstances. So when I hear certain news, then I would help by chanting for them, like earthquake or storms or plane crash. Then I help them by doing bardo deliverance or chanting for them every day. So when I hear the news, I would help them chanting. Sometimes I sigh for them. I pity them. Like when I read that story, I feel compassion for them. So in our human life, we just do what we're supposed to do every single day, and then don't worry about the rest. This way, you can enter into meditation, and then you would be able to obtain the heart seal of the Tathagata. Om Mani Padme Hum.